last night I watched Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. Now, I have been a Star Wars fan since I think I was about 6. I watched The Phantom Menace, and I was immediately drawn into the world. It was friendly, it was colorful, it was amazing, and I loved the merchandise. It was extremely predatory, I won't lie. But that's where my love for Star Wars started. Was at The Phantom Menace. Obviously, that's debated to be the worst one among fans, although Attack of the Clones is up there pretty bad too. And then there's The Last Jedi, which is also really bad. But I had hopes for this movie, maybe. I've only seen 2 Star Wars movies in theaters now, starting with The Last Jedi, and, as you guys know, The Rise of Skywalker. So, I watched the entire movie in theaters. It is sold out. And as the credits rolled, I didn't really have any thoughts, or I didn't say anything. I was by myself. I got up, and I started walking out of the theater to my car. And the lady says to me, "Have a great night." And I say, "Yeah, you too." I walk outside, and it just dawned on me what I'd seen. And my first words were, "God damn it. God damn it. What the fuck is this? What was this? This was a fucking mess is what this was. It was a disaster it was a disaster of the highest kind." And I feel bad saying that. Or actually, you know what? No, I don't, because this could have been good. This could have been something different had Rian Johnson not been given 100% control of, The Last Jedi. Because what that in turn did was fuck over everything that was planned for that final movie, this trilogy. It was selfish of Rian Johnson to have Snoke, the big baddie, killed off. Palpatine was not planned to be the main bad guy. It wasn't from the very beginning. There was no hints, no signs, nothing. What happened was one director wanted to subvert the audience expectations, and he destroyed another movie because of it. Which is exactly why, in this movie, and there will be spoilers, so get ready for that. Spoiler warning, 3, 2, 1. That's why they barely mention anything that even happened in The Last Jedi. They just don't mention it because it doesn't need to be mentioned. No one liked it. No one likes it. It adds nothing. This could just easily have taken place right after the first movie. It sucks because they brought a character back from the dead who, honestly, you guys are going to think this is a fan fiction when I start to break down the plot for you. There's an odd transmission, and this is in the very beginning credits. There's an odd transmission. The Emperor is back. So, obviously, Kylo Ren's like, I'm about to fuck this dude and his whole career because he's a Sith Lord. He's the Sith Lord, right? There can't be anyone to challenge his power. So, he goes, he finds a Sith bullshit thing that directs him to the Sith bullshit planet that no one can ever get to or something, but somehow Palpatine did after getting blown up in the Death Star. And he finds him, and Palpatine drops some exposition. This whole movie is an exposition dump. And the first 40 minutes, all of it's just exposition. Here you guys go, exposition. There's so fucking much of it. I'm skipping things just talking about this one point because of how fucking absurd this movie is. So on top of Kylo Ren searching for this, there is, I guess, a mole in the First Order, right? I'm sure you guys can't guess who that would be. I don't know. Could it be the one guy who actually 100% hates Kylo Ren, this little fucking weasel? Yeah, no, that's not how this works. So anyway, Finn and Poe go to find information about this mole who's telling them about Palpatine having a Star Destroyer fleet. By the way, how did that get built? Apparently it's under ice and water in this fucking bullshit planet. I don't even remember the fucking name of it. But he gets there. Kylo Ren gets there. And he meets him, and Palpatine explains to him, Rey is not who you think she was. Her parents were somebody's. And, like I said, spoiler alert, turns out that Palpatine had kids, or a son, who then had Rey. Yeah. Palpatine is actually Rey's fucking granddaddy. I am not exaggerating in the least when I say this. This is not a lie. This is real. This is in the movie. Rey is Palpatine's granddaughter, which is why she's so powerful. So, now that Finn and Poe and Rey know, oh shit, fucking Palpatine or the Emperor or whatever is back. We gotta kill him. We gotta figure out how to get to this place. We gotta find another. Luckily, she's searching through Luke Skywalker's notes. Yes, and she finds, oh, there's actually 2 wayfinders. How fucking convenient. So they start to search for it because apparently Luke just gave up in his search. And for some reason Lando was with him. So they go to this desert planet that's not Tatooine to find it. And they find it, obviously. Luke can't find anything. He's not even a good Jedi, apparently. But they find Lando. He helps them out. He helps them escape the First Order, The little fight ensues. They find this dagger that could lead them to another wayfinder. Just gonna drop this. The wayfinder is on the Death Star, somewhere in the fallen second Death Star, I should say. So they find this dagger that's inscribed in Sith that only C-3PO can read, but C-3PO that is fucking programmed to not read anything made by the Sith. Don't ask me. I think it's a stupid thing too, but exposition, we gotta go to more planets. We gotta see more things. There's gotta be risks with reward, but the risks don't even fucking matter. So they're still on this planet trying to fire up this ship from a guy that I guess kidnapped Rey's parents or something. I don't know. It's fucking garbage. So they get there. And the First Order's there. Kylo Ren flies in his ship to try and kill her or something. She chops the wing right off. It flips and blows up. Somehow Kylo Ren is perfectly aight. He's fine. He's fucking... whatever. The First Order captures Chewbacca, and the ship starts to fly away, but Rey's all like, nah, fuck that. Ship, come back. So she starts using her force powers to try and keep the ship there, right? And Kylo Ren's like, nah, fuck that. So he also pulls the ship. And they're trying to it's like a tug of war, and it looked really fucking dumb and bad, and I don't get it. I don't understand why that was even. I don't even understand why this is in there. I guess they just need a reason to get them on a ship later on in the road. Like I said, plot setup, whatever. So turns out that Rey is actually a Sith kind of or whatever because she's Palpatine's daughter. So she accidentally shoots Force lightning and blows up Chewbacca, kills him and the ship. Rey just murdered Chewbacca. Straight up just blew up the fucking ship with her Force lightning, and Kylo Ren's like, holy shit, and he looked scared for some reason, even though he apparently knows that she's supposed to be this god, and he's all like, oh yeah, we're gonna work together. So she escapes with her group, and she's like, I killed Chewbacca, that's so not epic, and then Finn's all like, it wasn't your fault, it's okay, and it's like, bro, she just blew up Chewbacca. That is not okay. She blew up Chewbacca, what the fuck? Oh, wait. No, she didn't. Because literally the next scene, it's like, we caught this prisoner. I guess there was just 2 ships, so they subverted my expectations again. Hi, JJ, you sneaky bitch. Jar Jar Abrams, coming for the dub. So Chewbacca's not dead, and now they need to capture Chewbacca from the ship. So they go to this bullshit planet with this bullshit lady that I guess has history with Poe, but they never really release it. Turns out Poe is a spice runner, yada, 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 which is basically like, I don't even know. I've watched Star Wars forever, and I still don't fully understand the spice runner thing. Anyway, so there's this little alien dude who straight up is all like, oh yeah, I can get it out of him, but it's probably going to kill him, right? So C-3PO is going to die. So he says, I need to say goodbye to my friends, which, for those of you who obviously have seen Star Wars, he gets reset like 3 times in the series, at least that I can remember. I'm sure it happened again in the Clone Wars somewhere, and it's not on the top of my head. But, so he gets reset, he reads it, the dagger or whatever. then the First Order and the Knights of Ren. I don't even understand why the Knights of Ren are in this movie. They seriously have like a little bit of screen time, and they just fight like once in the entire thing, and it's fighting Kylo Ren actually, but that's further on down the road. I'm getting sidetracked. I'm pulling a fucking Rise of Skywalker. My story plot's going all over the goddamn place because it's fucking scripted. I'm just really mad. Okay, so anyway, they're on this place. The First Order like shows up, and they're like pew pew pew. They're blowing up this planet because they're assholes or whatever. And then Rey's all like, "I can sense Chewbacca on that ship." And Finn's like, "Oh, okay, well, let's go get him then, right?" So they go and find him or whatever. So they hop on the ship, save him. There's a scene where turns out the mole is exactly who probably everybody fucking thought it was, this little turd. And so that happens. Okay, fine, whatever. They escape, of course. Kylo Ren and her don't fight, but she almost takes Kylo Ren's hand before she jumps into the Millennium Falcon. And I'm just sitting here trying to figure out, like, at what point does any of this matter? When does it start to matter? Because I'm having a hard time figuring it out myself. So, they have very cleverly killed two characters while not killing them. C-3PO and Chewbacca. God, I hate this fucking movie. Okay, so they get to the place where the Death Star is, right? Everything's normal or whatever. And sure enough, they find another battalion of First Order troops with some chick with super fucking gap teeth who looks like Finn. And they're like best friends now. And Finn believes that the Force brought him to meet her and not Rey or whatever. So they're reclosing his story plot with her, or whatever. And so they're like, "Oh yeah, Rey, you can't get there because the Death Star is stuck in water and the waves are really bad." And she's all like, "Nah, it'll be fine," quote the critical drinker, and decides to steal a fucking surfboard and surf out there because she's cool. And she hops in there, climbs up the thing, and finds the Wayfinder. And then a voice talks to her and tells her, "Nah, you're evil, you or whatever." And then she like gets sucked into this dark room in the thingy or whatever, and then fights Darth Rey, which is the goofiest fucking scene I think I have ever seen in my entire life. And it is so bad, it's stressing me out to the point right now where I'm just taping my finger and then untaping it while I'm recording this, just so I don't continue getting more stressed and die. It makes no sense to me as to why this is in the plot. Why this is the plot, because Kylo Ren shows up immediately and starts fighting her. But you can never tell, because it might just be their like fucking forced Skype call. But no, this one's real. So they're fighting, and Kylo Ren's just kind of out beating her or whatever, which is odd because somehow Kylo Ren's stronger than her now, even though like every single one of those movies, Rey seems to be better than him. It's like how, okay, just sidetracked. Continuing. So they fight, they duke it out, and then Kylo Ren like destroys the Wayfinders, like, "Hey, fuck you," and then Leia kills herself or something back on the home planet with those other boyos, and Ben feels that, and then Rey stabs him through the chest, and he's like, "Oh." Okay, so he's dead. Oh wait, no, he's not, because I forgot to mention this earlier, but there's this new force power called Life Force, and what that does is you'll transfer some of your life force to the other person and bring them back to life or heal their injuries or whatever. Okay, great. So she does this to this comes in handy later, and I'm just saying this now. This does come in handy later. She heals a snake when they fall in that pit, and it doesn't kill them. She heals Kylo Ren right now, and she has no effects from it. She's not hurt. Nothing bad happens to her, right? Okay. So we've established she's basically like Paul the Alien minus the effects coming back to her. So she's actually Paul the Alien, which would make sense as to why she's so powerful, because Seth Rogen's laugh is extremely powerful. Okay. Continuing. She steals his thing and goes to that planet where Luke was hiding like a bitch ass, burns the ship, and he's like, "Ah, Luke, you had it all right." And then he throws another shot at The Last Jedi and says, and I quote, "Nah, I was super wrong. That was terrible. I shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't do it either, because that's for bitches." Also, here's this lightsaber that Leia had, because Leia's actually a Jedi. I trained her after the events of the 6th movie, or I'm sorry, the 3rd movie, or whatever it is in this fucked up, like, ah! Okay, so, like I said, Force Ghost Luke gives her a lightsaber, Leia's lightsaber, and his lightsaber. And he's like, you're going to need both of these. Okay, fair enough. But just to touch up on that a little bit, the whole reason he even has this lightsaber is because they were finishing their training, and Leia beat Luke's ass, because apparently she's God, I guess, now, or something. So she beats his ass in training, and has a vision about her son Ben dying. So she stops and never touches the lightsaber again, and that's all we hear about that. Did I mention Leia died? Yeah, she killed herself, and Chewbacca's pretty upset about it. So anyway, Rey is stuck on this planet, and Ghost Luke raises the X-Wing out of the fucking water, and is like, here, take this. So then she uses that and drives to this Sith bullshit planet that we were talking about earlier, and then everybody's like, wow, I wish Rey was here. Oh, wait. We're getting a signal from fucking Luke's X-Wing. That's pretty cool. So they decide, we're going to just follow that because that must be Rey. Okay, that doesn't really... None of this is really making sense right now. I mean, it kind of does, but it doesn't. Oh yeah, also, R2-D2 gave back C-3PO's memory because he has it all backed up on his shit, apparently. So C-3PO remembers everything now. Nothing. No, there was no risk for that reward. It was just reward. It just wanted to trick you into thinking there was risk. It is literally this movie plays it so fucking safe. It disgusts me. It makes me so angry. It actually makes me fucking mad just talking about it right now. I'm so pissed off. And this was over 24 hours. No, I'd say about 20 hours ago I seen this movie, and I'm still not. I haven't recovered yet. I probably should have waited or drinking a lot more alcohol before making this, so I wasn't as mad. Anyway, they traveled to the Sith bullshit planet following the thing, and they have this plan because the waves are so crazy that they can't navigate out of it. The Star Destroyers can't. So they need this weird stick thing that can navigate for them. So they're like, oh yeah, we'll just destroy that and everything will be fine. Okay. So they follow this mystical bullshit path that Rey's doing through this mystical bullshit planet, space bullshit. She gets there and she starts chasing it down, and then Palpatine's like, you need to kill me so I can be put into you or whatever. Then everybody shows up, and they start fighting this fleet, and they're thinking, oh yeah, we're never going to win, because there's so few of us, but they sent Lando and Chewie and the Millennium Falcon to gather people, so that definitely won't come into play later, will it? It's definitely not like the Millennium Falcon will show up to save the day again, will it? God knows that hasn't happened before, has it? Oh, it has? Yeah, we'll just ignore that because it doesn't fucking matter. Anyway... Kylo Ren is a Jedi now, also. He threw his Sith lightsaber, talked to his dead dad, everything worked out great for him. End of story there. So now he's going to save Rey, because he's like, I love Rey, I guess. So there he goes, he's off, and he encounters the Knights of Ren when he shows up, and he starts fist fighting them, gets his ass beat, and then they do their Skype call thing where I guess now they can physically interact with things. But that's because apparently they're like imbued with a rare force thing that allows them to be incredibly powerful. So as it turns out, Rey's not actually overpowered, Ben's not actually overpowered, they just have a connection that's so rare or whatever. And then it turns out she doesn't actually kill Palpatine, so Palpatine sucks Rey's dick and steals her life force and does the same thing to Kylo Ren, and then launches Kylo off of a cliff or something, so he's dead now. Okay, great. So then Finn is also and oh god. So they're losing the battle up there, and they're trying to destroy this thing. They're getting murked, and the fucking First Order is real quick to catch on to their schemes. They're like, oh yeah, they're trying to destroy our navigator bullshit. And I know this sounds convoluted and confusing the way I'm describing it, but I'm just describing it as the way I seen it, which was confusing, convoluted, and shitty and bad. So I'm sorry if this isn't better, but continuing from this, they're trying to destroy this thing, so they land on a ship with a whole bunch of weird horse things that they stole from that planet with the other First Order people there, and they're all pissy, and they're like, we're gonna lose! And then they, don't. Palpatine shoots force powers from his hands after the Millennium Falcon shows up, and he literally, so overpowered, he shoots force lightning, and mind you, he's like a dead guy. He shoots force lightning in the air, electrocutes all the ships, and brings everything crumbling down, and then Rey gets connected to by all the other Jedi, and then she gets up, and uses 2 lightsabers to block the lightning, which kills Palpatine, I guess, and then she dies. It turns out Kylo Ren's not dead, so he's like, oh shit, I guess I better get out of this little hole thing I fucking fell in. So he gets out, and then he reses her because she has ray gun, and then they kiss, and then he dies for reasons. Why did he die? And he fades away too. He doesn't just die. He fades out, like fucking Obi-Wan did, like Yoda did. What? Oh yeah, they kiss too. I think I mentioned that, but they fucking seriously have a deep tongue kiss. It's fucking gross and weird. It's like, what the fuck? I thought you were supposed to be Jedi or what? Who cares though? Jedi don't even care. They're fucking all nerd versions. And they celebrate, of course, and Rey goes to fucking Tatooine to where Luke's old house was and buries the lightsabers, and she's there with that stupid ball thing that shouldn't even be able to roll in the sand. That makes no sense at all, but this is a movie about, I'm gonna quote all those fucking stupid fanboys, electric or fucking magic space wizards. And, I just... Oh yeah, she also changes her last name from Palpatine to Skywalker, even though this... Whatever. What the fuck ever. Shut up! So, that's the movie. That is actually the movie, and that's not me exaggerating. That is 100% through, and I'm not mentioning everything, mind you. There are some cool scenes, there are some terrible scenes, like worse that I probably forgot, because I drank really heavily the night after that movie. So, this is the end of this amazing trilogy. The trilogy that's better than the prequels by every standard, because the prequels have bad dialogue, so therefore they can't be good. Okay, fair enough. But this trilogy, this is great. This is a great trilogy, guys. Forget the fact that fucking The Last Jedi is a complete character assassination of Luke, destroys so much that was built up from The Force Awakens, which I liked, by the way. I liked The Force Awakens, and I will stand by that movie. But I can't stand by The Last Jedi, and I won't stand by The Rise of Skywalker. All of it. It's a fucking mess. They should have just called it quits there. That was the end. We'll leave it where it was after The Last Jedi. Rian Johnson fucked it so hard in the ass that it can no longer fucking recover. That's it. That's game over. Nope. No! We need another one. So, when I say that this was not planned, Palpatine being in this movie was not planned, I'm not exaggerating. He was not meant to be in this movie by any means. There is no build-up. It's literally just the beginning. Palpatine's back, guys. Palpatine is back. It reminds me of a Clone Wars episode almost, how like just random shit would happen, but usually there's a build-up to it. Like Savage Opress finding Darth Maul, there was a build to that. They worked for that. They didn't work for that in this one. In the prequels, they worked for Sidious to be revealed. It makes me mad. It makes me genuinely mad. And people are calling this good. There are actually good reviews for this movie. Maybe to like a casual idiot, or just somebody who doesn't really watch movies and doesn't understand the things that are wrong with this. The script is so fucked, man. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I give this movie a 0 out of 10. This is the worst fucking thing I have seen all year. And I just watched Black Christmas 2019. And I thought that was... I didn't think in my head, there's no way Rise of Skywalker could be this bad. I had high hopes for this movie. And it got fucking shit on. So I know this was an all over the place review, and I don't usually like to do things like this, but I'm just spewing my heart and my fucking thoughts. There has been no script. I literally just was like, fuck this movie. Fuck this movie. I am not going to waste any more fucking time talking about it. That was the final hammer.